You're watching New Car Spin. I'm your host Brian, and this is the 2021 Mercedes GLS63 AMG. It's not on the market yet. It will be soon, obviously. It has these awesome AMG monoblock throwback kind of wheels to the 90s. 23-inch wheels. They are higher than my kneecap. That's insane. Anyway, today, what I want to show you is all of the different screens and displays that you can have in this vehicle. Obviously, in the back seat, and you'll see we have power seats back here, you will notice there's a display here. That's just for the air conditioning. I don't want to show you that. I want to show you what's up here. So, in this cabin, we have a huge panel that's actually two displays. And if I start it up, there's a special way to start it up. I think I'll save that for another video on the GLS. I'll do like a top 5 things. For now, though, okay, this display here is a full display. And what I mean by that is it's in full display mode right now, and it's dependent upon which screen you're using. So if I go here, there we go, I can back out of full display, and then you'll see I have all these options here. So let's go back to assistance. This is our kind of standard display, and what I mean by standard is we have a cluster of 2 gauges, and then a display in the middle. And if we use this pad to go left, I can change what that looks like. Now, if you're used to Mercedes-Benz of late, you know that that's typical, right? And you can change it in the middle, and you can change it on the right as well. So if I can get over there, there we go. So you can customize this any way you want. So let's do this. If I go to the middle, though, and press this button, we can change it to telephone, right? And now my phone is actually not connected via Bluetooth, so, and you can tell it's really hot out. Another thing I'm going to talk about later is the air conditioning in here. But let's go to another display. Okay, navigation. So we can choose to show the current map, we can do a bunch of stuff, but what we can also do is, bam, display. And we have our full map. So, we saw a full display for the map. We saw, if we go back to the regular display, we can go here and we can see a full display for assistance, right? And that's only if we go to the middle screen and go down to the very bottom, we hit display and it goes full screen. So that right there is the third look that we have. And then if I go back, we can also do another display. Let's see, let's go ahead and do AMG Performance and see if that's a full display. Nope. So AMG does not provide a full display. Then we have Trip, which is our, basically, our calculations on fuel economy and distance on the tank and stuff like that. So we can go full display there. So that's the 4th display. And you see they're all different here. And this is really cool, actually, because I'm not even done. So let's go ahead. Actually, let's go back here. Let me take a screen grab of that. Bam. Alright. And then go back into the regular mode. Okay. Boom. Radio. I wonder what radio says. If we go down, nope, it just changes channels. Let me mute that. Okay. So then, what we can also do is another one, media service. I wonder what service will say. Okay, just the regular stuff. Okay, so far we are at 4 screens, right? Wrong. So let's go back here to designs and display. And you'll see we are on Sport. Let's change it to Classic. So what happens is the gauges change their design, and then the color theme changes. So now if we go back, we can go over to assistance, and on assistance we can go display, right? And we kind of have the same look, but there is a hidden one, and it's kind of hard to describe. If I press this button again and I go all the way back over to designs and display, right? Super Sport. Okay, that one looks pretty cool, right? And you'd be like, wow, all right, that's a lot going on there. Now if I do Super Sport in full display, that's what we get. So what is that, 7 now? We are at 7 displays. I have lost count, and we're not done. We are not done. Because if I go back to displays, bam, whoops. And then we go to understated. Okay, that's 8, right? Now, understated's a little weird because it's very simple, obviously, and we can't actually change any of the look and feel of this one. Totally understated, which I guess you could call migraine mode, maybe. All right, so then we're gonna go back out of that. We're gonna go back over to displays again. Boom. And you'd think, okay, well, that's all of them, right? Nope, that's not the end of it. Because what I can then do is go over here, and to do that I can use this trackpad or whatever, or I can use this trackpad. I can click home, and I can go blah 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 to the right, and you'll see that basically I have settings, and it's all interesting stuff. If I go into settings, and I'm up at the top tabs there, these tabs up here, I can go over to, is it vehicle? Nope. Light system? Yep. System, designs and display, right? And then we have designs. And basically in Super Sport, let's see if I can do this again. I had one where it was just like angular this way. I'm trying to figure out which one that was. I don't know if I could even do it again. Let's go back here to this one. Let's change it to navigation, full screen. Oh, God. All right, so we're at 7, I think, for displays. Now, that's not all, right? You look around and you're like, okay, number one, the first problem is we don't have a mirror that changes into a camera like the Infiniti QX80 or some of the other SUVs these days, so that if you have a full load and back and you can't see out that window, the center mirror becomes useless. Mercedes hasn't decided to do a camera here, which I think is a mistake. But what we'll do is we'll go down here. Bam! You know what that is? That is allowing you to turn on the Sport exhaust, for instance, or change the suspension into Sport mode or Sport Plus mode, right? And you think, well, that's kind of cool. And then there's a display here that shows me which mode I'm in. If I twist this, it changes to the mode, and you'll see it confirms up there, right? That's not all. So let's just say, you know, that's great to have, but what if I wanted this traction control off button somewhere else in the vehicle? Well, I can go right here and I can press on this and it changes. And then that means not only does the display of that change, but the function changes. And now I have sport mode handling. So that's the Mercedes GLS for 2021. This is the AMG model, which I don't know when is going to hit the market, but obviously I'm excited about it. Also, we can change this lower display. Let me see if I can get my focus there for you. We can change the lower display as well. This is, you know, you have to cycle through it basically. And when you cycle through, you have, I don't know if you have the same options there that you would have here. Would it show up again? No. Okay, so if that option's there, it's out of that list there. And if I click on this, now it's going to raise the suspension. It says rising, which is really cool. So not only do you have a full map here, you can do this, obviously a full map here. And now we have redundant displays, which means I cannot control the zoom in on this center here, like I could, for instance, on an Audi, but you can control it here. You could double tap, and I think it would zoom in. Oops, there you go. And then you could zoom out, and of course you've got your satellite mapping going on too when you zoom out far enough. If it decides to do it, I don't know how far I have to be out. There you go. Which, obviously, that's cool, right? Let's do this. I'll take another screenshot for you. Bam. So, yeah, that's all of it. You can change this whenever you want. I can change AMG Dynamics to Pro from the steering wheel, or I can change it here with dynamic mode here, or I can go here and individually change some of the features. One thing that I'll save for my review, but I'll tell you right now, is you'll see here we can go into a sportier mode with the suspension, but it doesn't show me which level of sportiness I'm in here, which is kind of a disappointment, although we would be able to see it here if I went there, right? So again, like, the driver's steering wheel is mostly here. Everything you can do here, you don't need any of this for. But you see there's a little light in there, and it's hard to see, but there's a light in that button when that is active. I'd rather have the light here when it's active, but you know, those are small things. Same thing for traction control off. You can't look down and see the status of much going on here. So, and then we'll still show you here when you're in manual mode for the transmission. So there's no sport mode for the transmission like there used to be on Mercedes in the early 2000s. There's just a manual mode, but then there's a sport mode for the car, which you don't have here at all. There's no control for that there. It's over here. So it's kind of confusing when you first get in the car and you're trying to figure all this stuff out. But if you just use these controls here, and then these controls here to cycle through what you want, you'll get everything you need. And then as far as that, to get out of that mode, you can just hit the home button on the left, and there you go. And you can change your display in the center to whatever you want as well. Pretty cool stuff. And this trackpad controls that screen, and that trackpad controls that screen. And this trackpad controls the center screen. This trackpad will not control that screen. I hope that helps with all the tech here. And it's been a hoot. I'll have a full review soon, and I'll also have a video of the top 5 tips and tricks or hacks on this vehicle. This is just the beginning. The beginning. Let me rev the engine a little bit. You can see how that tack shows there. If I change it to a different display, let's go back to Designs and Display. Let's go to Sport. Okay, and then we'll go down Full Display on Map Mode. There's no tack here. Interesting stuff, right? Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe. 2% of my viewers are subscribers, which sounds low. I think it's really good. It means I have a lot of views, but I would like more subscribers. So in addition to a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I hit a bunch of buttons for you here. I hope you can hit a button for me. It's not that hard, is it? And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.